stargaze is to journey as far back as 10 billion years. So, do we look up to the cosmos because we're human? Or do we gaze at the universe because of something more elemental? After all, we're all made of stardust.
Shallow G, it's your time, it's her time, it's his time, it's their time, it's everybody's time. Look out for the funky bus rolling around Leeds and Hareholes. Moon Palace, it's something to be seen, a mobile observatory with joy written all over it.
We seek to inspire, transform, nurture, and cherish, to create space for people to come together, young, old, and everyone in between. Somewhere to think about our place in the universe, our future together, and what's worth fighting for. This is our journey with the people of East Leeds.
We are very excited to announce that Moon Palace is coming to Seacroft. See the entire cosmos, the moon, the planets, the rest of the solar system.
When I arrived in Leeds, East Leeds, coming from Africa, Kenya, in 1962, next day, morning, and I'd never seen a snow in my life. It was all white everywhere.
Growing up in Hareholes, I've always felt safe, I've felt loved. I love my community, and especially within my streets.
I think Seacroft has got a really strong sense of community. Don't matter who you are, there's a place for you to fit in.
I moved here 5 years ago, so I was only 13, so I was a bit nervous about the community and what people would be like and if people would like me.
I've lived in Gibson all of my life, and that's always come with the stigma that it's a very rough area and that I will follow down that path, but it's really not what people think it is. There's a lot more to offer. The people here, they're much nicer and friendlier than you might first think.
The area is very diverse, we can find Arab people, Indian, Pakistani, all of them living in one area.
Growing up in East Leeds, I guess it's you almost have this label attached to you that you're automatically a bit thick or a bit of a chav or a bit, dodgy. But you're not, you're just like everyone else.
Now, Seacroft is not that far from the city centre, but there's times that it can feel quite cut off, quite remote.
The bad things about Seacroft is that we've got that negative stereotype of being sort of thieves and drug dealers.
I've seen a lot of changes over the years growing up in Seacroft. It was a huge council estate, really high crime rates, but now it's quite a nice place to live, actually.
East Leeds now is more peaceful and more understanding between the communities.
East Leeds is really rewarding because I work mainly with mature students who want to join university, but they don't know where to start. They need to have more education so they can improve their lives.
Running a translation business in East Leeds, I have so many interpreters, 50 of them from around this area. It ranges from Punjabi, Somali, Tigrinyas, Urdu, Oromo, and it helped me to grow my business.
I feel like growing up in East Leeds, there's a deficit of opportunities, but now we're getting a community where we can just do it, where we can have a go and get things wrong and have a try.
As I grew older as well, I realised that there were quite a lot of dangers within Hareholes that you weren't always safe, or there'd be times where you weren't protected, especially as a female hijabi of South Asian heritage. I also think, yes, the people do make up Hareholes, but also some people do let us down.
I volunteer as a Womble. I'm looking after my local environment because it makes the area look nice, clean, tidy, somewhere respectable to live. Good for your health, good for your mental well-being, and that's why I love to do it.
Welcome to Moon Palace, where art and science collide. My name is Holly, and I'll be your science host for the evening, during which we'll gaze at the stars the same way the celebrated engineer John Smeaton did 300 years ago, right here in East Leeds.
like the novelty of an observatory on a school bus. It's not really something you can walk by and not get curious about.
There's not that much existing community infrastructure in East Leeds, and there's not that many places to engage with art.
I'm a scientist myself, so I really love all these telescopes.
It really creates this sense of excitement and an element of adventure.
Astronomy and cosmology are really key sciences, and let's face it, if we don't understand the universe, then we don't understand ourselves.
It gives people a chance to have a go at looking at the cosmos and exploring astronomy.
It's really going to inspire younger people, especially, I think, who will be able to look up and see Saturn's rings and see a whole galaxy.
We can stargaze together as a community.
Moon Palace is really a lighthouse that connects communities together to kind of look up at the cosmos and really ponder about our connection to the universe.
So in science, you're observing things to quantify them, to understand them. In arts, you're observing things to understand their fundamental nature, aren't you, I think?
It's worth fighting for a cleaner planet, a greener planet, a better future for my children and my grandchildren.
Light pollution is really damaging for human and animal health, so we should be fighting for dark skies, so that we can still see the same stars that all of our ancestors have seen.
I always fought all my life to be recognized as a Sikh and be respected as a Sikh. There was no way I was going to change my appearance.
Equality and the chance for things to be accessible for as many people as possible, because otherwise you feel excluded and segregated.
I think that it's really important to fight for organisations that really help young black women like myself get new opportunities and do things that I never thought I could do, as it's given me more confidence and really showing me who I am.
And I think especially coming from East Leeds and coming from Seacroft, I get told a lot, oh, you won't get far in life because of where you're from. And I think that's wrong. I think we should fight to tell every single person they can achieve what they want to achieve.
We need places where you can go and get something to eat, you can get free food, you know, where you can interact with other people, where you can chill a little bit, where you can learn to play the guitar, where you can just be, and where you can discover the opportunities you didn't know were there.
We're all made of stardust, and I think being able to look up into the sky and see the lights out there and see how that kind of connects to you and what feelings that brings up into you, I think that's a really special thing. We're all a part of something vast, eternal, and infinitely beautiful.
For all our stargazing, every time we look up, we must also look inside ourselves so that we can reimagine the future together.